All right, we should be live. So I have no idea if this BR is going to release or when it's going to release, but I figured I would hop back on the sticks. So from yesterday, I think I was like, I don't know, like a level like 65 or so. So I've gained like 15 levels in just a couple days, so I figured I'd get back into it. I've just been playing Rust just because I've unlocked some of these newer weapons. So I've been using the Graw, I don't know how you say this thing, but I've been shredding with this thing, so hopefully it continues. Alright, so let's see here. Hard point on Rust. We'll see what happens. Sri, what's going on? Jake, hello. I don't know how to say, what's that, Fear Alicia? Is that what that is? I don't think that it's releasing today, but if I had to guess, I have no information whatsoever, but I would say it has to happen sometime, like sometime this week. That would be my guess. Again, nobody has announced anything, but the way that they've been kind of just pointing at it, that's what I feel like. Love the channel. Thank you very much.
Hard point. Control the hard point since they are located. First hard point located. Secure that position.
I'm taking fire.
Everybody's dying before I can kill him.
That's the objective.
Need a gun. Get some time in the hard point, huh? Ah!
Hard point contested. The enemy took the hard point.
It's my first game in like 45 minutes probably, so I'm not exactly warmed up, but I'll get there. Hiding in the corner over there.
Get to the hard point.
Multiple contacts.
Those different colored clan tags really throw me off. And I see those purple ones. I'm just not used to seeing it, so I always just go for it. Hiding back there.
Enemy at the tower.
So campy. We've been playing for like 3 minutes and it's 4-1.
Friendly UAV online. Get to the hard point. Move. Enemies taking the hard point.
I see someone behind me. Get some more time in the hard point.
Taking the hard point. Hard point protected. Allied cluster strike.
Dang it, I was out of ammo.
Enemies got the hard point.
Who else here? Looks like there are 6 people. Got a podcast going up tonight.
Hardpoint contested.
talking about the pre-Atlanta events.
Enemy cruise missile
So
incoming.
making predictions, all that good stuff. We'll be with Kingdom, and we'll be with, I guess, Chance. So Chance that likes to cast. He's been casting with Benson. So those are the three of us. Not real sure where my bullets were at the
Got the hard
moment.
point. Get to the hard point. Move.
No. 12 people. Hello, everybody. Last I looked, there was 6, so there's some new people in there.
The enemy at the tower.
Austin is not here.
You're losing ground. Fight harder. Allies.
Hiding behind this thing.
Friendly UAV
He is. I think this gun that I'm using, this Graw, I like it so far, but it's only like a level, I want to say like 16, 17, somewhere in there. Shady, hello. How are we?
Location secured. Let's go.
So crazy.
Enemy
I
movement.
think they're spawning in that corner.
Enemy UAV overhead.
I probably spawned out.
The enemy at the tower.
Do you think Atlanta destroying Chicago yesterday in scrims means anything, or is it just online?
Time to move.
I don't want to say it doesn't mean anything, because I think it does. I think there is some sort of mental aspect that gets developed there.
Stand by to move.
It's not like Chicago's going to enter those matches scared if they do end up matching up, but will it decide who wins? Absolutely not. But I do think it is probably, it will play a little bit of a part, I think.
Get to the next one.
There's only so many times you can get beat down, right?
Hard point protected. Hard point secure.
But that could have just been a yesterday thing too, because before the London event, there was times where Chicago and Atlanta scrimmed, and the majority of those maps ended up going towards Chicago. So it is kind of like a daily thing. They won't all be like that, but that's just where the yesterday's went.
Cruise missile incoming.
Taking fire.
Hard point
I honestly, fear and chat, I honestly have no, I don't know how any of that works.
Hard point
I'll be
contested.
blatantly honest with you. I have no idea how donations and all that stuff works on YouTube. I don't have a single clue. To be honest with you, I don't even really understand how they work on Twitch.
Friendly VTOL jet on
I've donated like once or twice, but I don't know how that works.
Now that was a fight. Solid work.
Trying to get a little warmed up here.
Enemy at the barrel.
Played a little bit this morning, but that's the first time in,
Check your fire.
I don't know, like the last hour or so. 20 and 21. It'll get better, I promise. Anybody else get this glitch? This keeps happening to me. Where like, I don't know, I'll play like 3 or 4 games. And then it does that patching issue. It goes back to the main menu, then it connects. I don't know what the deal is, but I was playing with somebody yesterday, and they said that Envoy was having the same issues. So Envoy would like play a couple scrims, then he'd get booted. It would go through this whole process, then he could start it up again. I don't know what the issue is. Ash, what do you feel? What do you think? I don't know what's taking so long. Answer your own question. I'm interested to see what everybody else thinks as I start this next game up. I don't want to talk about too much because, again, it'll be on the podcast. So we film the podcast tonight, and then it goes up tomorrow. So everything that I'm adding in here will be on that also. Can't wait to talk through predictions and all that stuff. What level is this? So my Grawl is a level 36. I want to get the Striker. What level is that? You don't get that till like, what is it, 30, 31, Battle Pass level 31? What are we playing? Domination on Rust. Did anybody catch the
control the objectives, dominate the enemy.
Not sure if anybody caught the Dallas scrims from yesterday. I'll have one of those going up on my channel tomorrow. So today anybody saw that very first map that Chicago kind of choked a little bit? That one's going up on my channel today. And then tomorrow I'm going to break down a little bit of the Dallas scrim that they had after that. That was a little bit later at night. Not sure if everybody was online or not. My hands are freezing.
Alpha secure.
Stand out!
I saw you. See if we can get some kill streaks going here. I'm running hardline, and I have kill chain, so see if we can get a few going. Like they're spawning SC. This map, there's so much stuff in the way. Ooh, I'll take that. Oh, triple kill. This should be able to get some also. I'm gonna throw this down just so I don't get killed by a random nade, and that stops my streak. Ah!
Take cover.
Ruined my own streak. I was 1 kill away from a chopper. See you. Oh, we're spawning.
You're taking Bravo. You're coming Alpha.
Spawns are all messed up at the moment. There's still a dude. Yep. Oh. They're stuck in this corner. They even have a enemy helo, huh? Not gonna work out too well for us. I don't think I have RPGs on this class. Put bullets into this thing until it goes down. Oh, it's down. Let's go.
Enemy precision airstrike inbound. Securing Charlie.
Teammate. I'm trying to get this. Oh! Down the old trophy. Does it say losing? No. Still spawning over here at C. Those intermediate kills with this gun are really hard to get. Oh boy. I don't know if you see that other, but that guy that's getting all those kills, he has his land tag as blue. Great spawn. It's really hard to see who's who when clan tags are like that. That dude's gotta have some sort of streak.
Alpha. Securing C.
little bit off. That's the problem, is that like when you try to use different weapons, like if I was just using the M4, all of those would have been kills. But I'm trying to rank up something different since this playlist at the moment has double weapon XP and double XP. In a cargo crate.
Your team is at Alpha.
Is he still over here? He is. Apparently our opponents don't really care about the objectives. Somebody over here? UC Gunless dropped 47 on New York yesterday. I did not see that one. I watched the entire Atlanta series. I watched the Dallas series. I didn't watch the one after that. So, but I believe it. That's the thing with that team, is that they all have the ability to do that. And if like 2 of them put it together, then they're super hard to beat. Dude hiding up top of here.
Bravo. What happened?
Was it a hardpoint game? I didn't see it.
Friendly UAV online. System team at Alpha.
There's so many people hiding under here. See, like right there, that drives me crazy. I didn't like, my instincts weren't to shoot at that guy at first because of the blue clan tag. Even though it's a different shade, I just didn't shoot at it. And by the time I realized, it was like a split second later, and then it was too late.
Enemy
Kill
holds
someone?
2 objectives. Take
Nope.
enemy vehicle jet in the AO.
They're spawning back in this corner.
Enemy precision airstrike inbound. Bravo, stand by. Assist your team at sea. Enemy
Kingdom, what's up, dude? Kingdom in the chat. Make sure you go follow him. That's who I'm doing the podcast with tonight. It is President's Day, so we get off for President's Day. I'll take it, right? What was the Atlanta scrim score? You want to know the one that I'm uploading? So the one that I'm uploading, it was like, Chicago choked pretty hard. It was on Hackney Yard. It was like 249 to 210, somewhere in there. And then as it went back to P1, they just completely blew it. They couldn't get a single second on P1, and they ended up losing. Thank goodness that Harrier's out of the way. Let's try to get A, make sure we don't lose this.
You're taking Alpha.
The mic is a lot lower than the gameplay. Let's adjust that. Thank you for letting me know. How about now? Any better? Where am I getting shot from? Why are there so many Harriers everywhere? Alright, I've had enough of these things. I'm just gonna try to take this thing down until I die. Looks like we're not gonna lose, but... Oh, and now there's a chopper. Beautiful. All these things take so long to shoot down. My goodness. Oh my god. So many of these things. About to get triple capped. Not good. Let's try to get.
Get those positions. We're being dominated.
That's why you always have a long. I know. I honestly like this is the. I don't know. I said a little bit earlier, but this is the first time I've really played just because I want to be ready for the BR. So I really just been watching scrims and breaking them down. This is just madness. So my my class setups aren't the best at the moment. We did have a nice lead. Now it's kind of going down a little bit. At this point in time, I just don't want to lose. Kingdom, you're getting this? So what, you're getting a PS4 in this game, both? There are so many kill streaks. Oh my god, I feel like I haven't been able to get to the second level. So we need to get B here if we can.
Securing Bravo. Enemy VTOL jet to the air. Taking Alpha.
We got it, but they're gonna get it back. Give me some luck. Looks like our teammate got him off. Well, yeah, dude. Once you get it, you'll have to add me. Hopefully when the BR drops. Let's go, Kingdom. That would be dope. BR drops, dude. I'm not sure how confident I am. Looks like we're gonna end up losing. That's the problem, is that when you play maps like this, and there were a couple times where people are just camping up top, and if they end up getting their streaks, there's just like there's nothing you can do about it. The streaks just take over the game. Infamous J. I appreciate the compliments. Yeah, dude, gunfight would be sweet too. I probably only played like, I don't know, 50 total games of gunfight. I really haven't played it all that often, but I enjoy it. I didn't even look at my stats to end the game. I'm not sure I even really want to. That's a ton of XP. Holy cow. That's the only reason why I'm playing this play mode. Most of the time, I'd just be playing hardpoint. So I just hop into hardpoint, anchor, try to control spawns and whatnot. But for this, I want to rank up these weapons. I have another slot open. I just don't know which one I want to use. Long John Z Money. Hello. How are we today? What's going on? All right. You know, maybe I'll just try going for streaks. What are we playing? We're playing kill confirmed, huh? This one will be a little bit slower. I just don't want to lose. I'd rather go like -10 or 15 than lose. Unbound. What the heck does it? What? What does that mean on that dude's clan tag? I don't know what unbound means. God. If you're on the outskirts in this map, it's just so brutal trying to get back up top. There's always somebody hiding in this contraption somewhere. Is that a person? Love your breakdown of scrims games, brother. You can tell you know what you're talking about and put the time in. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It does take some time, but I enjoy it. It's a fun hobby. That's a terrible spawn. I feel bad for that dude. Skull Crusher just spawned right in front of my reticle. Shipment's the worst. So this game sometimes has some bad spawns, but Shipment is the absolute worst. I refuse to play it. Just drives me nuts. I won't even play it. I've got a friend that I used to play competitive with. His name's McEasy, and he loves Shipment, but I just can't do it, man. Hello, hello, hello. Kingdom, when do you think you'll be live? Think it'll be somebody over here? I think you said this week, but later on in the week, by the weekend, something like that. Somebody hiding over here. Oh, that teammate took that tag. I wanted that tag. Teammate's taking all these tags. Get away from me. Oh, drop shot. Was somebody coming behind me? Hello. I deserve that. I have, oh my word. God, I feel so bad when stuff like that happens. Like, I don't even want to get the kill. My hands are so cold, it's like impossible. I'll turn my heat up. What do you guys want to see me play? You want to see me continue to play this? You want me to go play... I'm gonna go play Hardpoint. I could do that. Run AR, run the M4, just control anchor. Why? See if I can get a knife. No. I don't want to play the competitive playlist just because I don't have friends on. So if you don't have like a team to play with, that playlist can be brutal. Where are you going? Kingdom, we have a script for today, for tonight. I haven't seen one. Perhaps you sent it. I just want to make sure I'm prepared. A cruise missile, huh? Horror game like duck season. I'm gonna stick to Call of Duty, but potentially down the way. Oh, there's two people with that unbound clan tag. Pushing close. See, there are some kill like that's. If I was using the M4 right there, I 1000% get that kill. That's why it's so. Sometimes it's so hard to use other weapons, just because I hate when I don't get kills like that. That guy is so fast. I'm gonna play slower for a minute, see if I can get some streaks. I don't think we're not gonna lose this, so. Try to get some streaks. Oh, I didn't realize that dude was on the other team.
Friendly VTOL on station for Overwatch.
Dude climbing up top. Oh, there's a dude right here. I have no ammo.
Friendly support vehicle inbound.
Reload. Oh, he just ran away, huh?
Enemy UAV overhead. Kill confirmed.
Loving the content. Gunless and Envoy smashing it on land. Don't think they could get enough credit. Dude, I agree. That's why, I don't know if you watched our London recap podcast. So, with Kingdom and Landon. So, Lando, former caster. But I agree. When the time came to pick an MVP, I thought it was Envoy. I just thought he did so much. That final map, that domination on St. Petrograd, he went absolutely berserk. He's basically the reason, I mean, not the reason, but he's one of the biggest reasons why they end up winning that grand finals against Dallas. And Gunless, the thing with Gunless and Arcides is like, so yesterday they had, somebody said there was a map against New York where Gunless dropped 47. And the thing with them is that they just have that ability that they're always going to be solid, and then they have the ability to go large. So that's why I was saying earlier, if just two of them end up popping off, then they're probably going to end up winning the map that they're in. So where is everybody? How am I not finding anyone? I think they're still back in that corner, but my goodness. Watch, I'm gonna get shot from behind or something.
Enemy in the cargo containers.
I'm so scared. I feel like my entire back is exposed. We're still playing 6 people. Oh, they are just hiding over there. They just don't want to come out. Well, this is a little boring. Ooh, I got a cruise missile. This can connect. See what happens. Oh, I got one. Oh, I almost missed that one. Was that a teammate? Yeah. This dude under us. Need 2 more. They might spawn out now. Looks like our teammate pushed up pretty far over there. Yep. 1 more. I know you're over there. I'm gonna throw this down because I'm scared. I get shot from behind. Gunless clutch on S&D was ridiculous. I know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about the clutch in Arklov outside of B-bomb, outside that window. Yeah, that was insane. I know Merc touched on this a little bit, like in the post-game reaction, but if he didn't have a pistol, they don't end up winning that round. Like a lot of times, like look, if I switch, I have a knife just so I can run faster when I'm, doing random things. So if he had a knife instead of a pistol, he doesn't have time to reload. He doesn't win that round. But yeah, that was an insane play from him.
I expect nothing less.
I was a little bit surprised. So I know that we'll probably go over it a little bit on the podcast and stuff, but I don't know. I just kind of thought going into Atlanta had a really big edge, 32-20. I'll take it. Not the best. My hands are still cold. But I thought Atlanta had a really big edge in search and destroy. And I'm not so sure anymore. I think they still have an edge. They're so good. But we'll see. What did I just unlock? What was that gold thing I unlocked? What was that? Battle Pass. What was that? Ice Storm. A shotgun blueprint, huh? Yeah, no thanks. Let's Let's relax a little bit in the chat. ATL be getting the better of Chicago online. How do you think it will go on land? Well, that's the thing. Like, Dallas was always getting the better also. So, I don't know. Listen, if I had to guess, and of course, we'll do predictions tonight in our podcast, but if I had to guess, I would say that Atlanta's probably going to win this event. But there are some really good teams that are unproven. So, if you're thinking about it, Minnesota will be there. Florida will be there. We haven't really seen what they've done in a tournament style yet. So those two teams I really want to see from. So, yeah, I don't know. If I had to guess, I would say that Atlanta's probably going to win that. But you never know. Anything can happen in just a best of 5, right? If it's not double elimination, once you get to the bracket stages, I mean, really, it's a lot more open that way. There was another person up here. Yikes. What are we playing? Is this just TDM? It is. Alright, let's get some high ground. I think it bothered them to begin with, but they're so pliable. They just adjusted, right? So I definitely think the slide cancel hurt them a little bit, but they just made the adjustments. They're all like 19, so that's why I like, even when I watch Fortnite, it seems like every day a lot of those people that stream like Myth and a bunch of other people, they're always changing their keybinds. And like with me, when I play PC games like that, like my keybinds have to be the same, and I have to practice them for like months. And if I switch it up, then I usually don't end up playing well for like a little while because I have to adjust. Those guys, they just figure it out. That's why as soon as that patch came through, they scrimmaged each other, and that's the one where Chicago went like 7-0 or something like that. So, so yeah, I think it hurt them to begin with, but now I think that they've adjusted and they'll be fine. Let's go up top. Hello. How are you killing? Dang it. What? Can I just spawn here? It's a gnarly head glitch right here. I think they're still spawning over here in the corner, right? I like this Graw. There are a few guns that I like other than the M4, but this one's really good. It's fun to use, too. Man, I need some mods. Formal is, I agree. His biggest thing is just his composure. He's always the same person. Mess is simp fan. Yeah, I agree with that too. I think we've talked about this a couple times on the podcast, but I think Simp has the ability to be obviously the next superstar in Call of Duty. I just don't really know all that much about like his personality. Like I feel like there are so many people that are drawn to Scump and Formal and even like Crim and Clayster and stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think so. On the topic of Simp, 9-8. That's a pretty boring game at TDM. See, I keep getting this glitch. Oh, this is so irritating. But if we're talking about Atlanta, I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be really hard to beat them in respawns. And I know that like a lot of those players are known for search, but their SMGs just play so fast and they're all over the map. Sometimes it just feels like there's like 6 or 7 of them. So it'll be interesting. I'm excited for it. Why is this taking so long? Thank you. Yeah, I don't know how to fix it. I mean, I guess it just is what it is. Sim could end being the second best player on his team by year's end. Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, that team is so talented with SMGs. You don't know. It's like every map, somebody else could take over. Now, the one thing that I will say, I was a little bit shocked in Minnesota that Abizi played so bad. Because he's so talented, and when you watched him play online, now he did say that there was a little bit of an issue with his controller. So he said it wasn't allowing him to turn as much as he normally was. But yeah, where am I at? I joined this late. I did join this late. I didn't expect people to be up top already. Oh, I see you. See, like that kill right there, I just feel like I hit my shots first. I was on target. If I was using the M4, he probably dies. My God. This map is so insane. Where are you?
Enemy at the tower.
It's like you have to get back into a mood to play this map. It's like if you're not going 1,000%, then it's just hard to perform on this map.
Allied cluster strike inbound. Kill confirmed.
Where is everybody? Are they all hiding up top? Oh, there's one. Yeah, that's the thing. I see Celium's name in the chat. Any given map, all 3 of those could just go crazy. So, Simp, Celium, even Major Maniac, who people say is like the old man of the team, but he's what, like 20, 25, 24, 25, somewhere in there? I mean, they're just so young. I know we talked about it a little bit on our last podcast, but this could be like the GOAT Call of Duty team for the next, I don't know, what, for the next 4 years at least? I don't know. I know this is all brand new and nobody really knows how salaries are going to work, but you'd have to think that eventually those players are going to be the best in the game and they're going to demand higher salaries. So that could be the downfall of them, just like traditional sports, right? As soon as people start to talk about salaries and getting paid and stuff like that, that's usually where teams start to split up. Will that happen? I don't know. It's a bow and arrow on my screen right there. Do we know what the bracket looks like? I know I have a little bit to prepare for our podcast tonight. I don't know. I want to bring up the CDL, see if I can see what the bracket looks like. I'm pretty sure you can tell who's on Team A and who's on Team B. Or yeah, Team A and Team B. Side A, Side B. You know what I'm talking about. I feel bad for Toronto. It's like Toronto has to play Optic. Has to play Chicago. I forgot Optic was gonna be there. Dang. This is gonna be, so if you're just talking about the talent overall, this is gonna be there's so much more talent at this tournament. So Minnesota and Florida both being there. Toronto's, I feel really bad for Toronto because I could easily put the other teams that are here, the other 7 teams that are here, I could put them, what would you put? I mean, at least top 9, right? Optic's the only one. Optic in Florida. It is interesting how they got all those guys. I was really hoping that the EU roster would have stayed together. Yeah, I remember seeing the groups. I wasn't sure who's where. Where is this person?
Hardpoint identified. Secure the area.
I'm gonna end up dying because I'm just so focused on this dude that's in this little cubby. What are we playing? Playing hardpoint, huh? Where is everybody? Good. There you are. Of course I wouldn't get that kill. Dashy. Dashy could have a big weekend, absolutely. I'm interested, this weekend for me, I'm interested to see what JCap does. If JCap has a good showing or not. I really think Optic's success relies on JCap. If JCap plays well, I think they're going to be really good. If he doesn't, then they'll just be one of those middle of the pack teams. There are nades everywhere. Oh, I see you. Sometimes those like intermediate bullets with this gun are just so hard to hit. Like this distance is really easy, but when you start getting pretty far away, it's just a random recoil. Whereas if you have the M4, it's just so much easier, which is obviously why everybody uses it, but still. Is that dude still hiding over there? Get stuck! No, guess not. Somebody killed him. Who is shooting? Ah. Why does somebody have a helo already? Here we go. Dashy wanting a Chicago transfer. I'll be totally honest with you. A lot of news stuff like that, I'm not the most familiar with. That's probably one that Kingdom would be able to answer. I really don't follow like the news part of it all that often and the drama. I really just like to watch the maps and just kind of break down why people are winning, why people are losing. So when you're talking about like different things like that, I'm not really sure. Josh, we'll see you, man. Thanks for the compliments. I appreciate it. Oh, that poor kid. I'm so scared. Nice thing about a map like this is that you can get a lot of kills with their kill streaks, and you can really use kill chain to link them together. But there's just once you get one, it's so hard to call them in. Probably should have taken out the Harrier there, but whatever. Oops, thought that was a person.
We control the hard point. Friendly UAV online.
I'm interested to see like how that stuff works with the transfers and trades and all that. Who should I go for? Here we go. Hasn't really happened yet because the league is so young, right? We're only on our 3rd event, but I don't know if it'll be like a money thing or if it'll just be like there's no like draft picks, you know what I mean? So what exactly can you trade? Will it just be players for players? Supposedly Dashy and TJ were headed to Chicago and RC's envoy to Seattle, but I guess Optic wouldn't release them or something. Huh. That's what. So we've been talking about that for a little while, right? We talked about that on one of our last podcasts. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I like the way that their team is made up at the moment. Would they have been better? I don't really know, but I like it. Oh, I got prone blocked right there. Tried to drop shot that dude. Prone block is the worst. There's somebody over here. Dang it, I killed that guy last time. Enable talked about roster trades a bit on the show. I did see something from Enable. He's been having some pretty cryptic tweets about like being benched and all that. My nade get there? Did, but he hadn't. Somebody above me. Now the ammo. Hey Lane, how are ya? Played a lot of Call of Duty in my time. My hands are just freezing at the moment. I feel like I can't move. I'm gonna turn my heat up after this game. There's so many people over here. Let's go. God.
Friendly UAV online.
Ooh.
Losing ground. Fight harder. 10 seconds.
Dang it. Is that a person I just saw? It was.
Get to the hard point. Enemy UAV overhead.
Kingdom, did you say you're getting a scuff too? Pretty sure that's what I saw you say. If not, I just use one of those back paddle attachments. So my nephew has one. I used one recently just to like try it out, just to see what it was like, and it was really good. Like I was really impressed with the build quality and like how clicky they are. Why did that guy not die from my nade? I wish the Atlanta guys would stream more. I know, man, me too. I wish Dallas and Atlanta would stream more. They don't stream at all. And that's the thing, like, it's really hard to be, we've touched on this before, is that it's really hard to be the most beloved team if you don't put your personality out there. Like, so many people used to watch the Optic guys. I mean, of course, ooh, that was a money name. Of course they were really awesome personalities, right? But the thing was, is we got to see them. Like, we could actually, like, learn about them and just, we got a little glimpse into their life, whereas with Atlanta, like, I feel like if they just put themselves out there, they would have more followers. They would have more fans. I need to start putting together some kill streaks. Oh, you're already dead. Oh, don't look. Don't look. Xbox, would you recommend Scuff or Elite? When I play at Xbox, I absolutely love the Elite controllers. It was my favorite controller I've ever had, bar none, 1000%. I like Scuffs also, but the problem that I run into with Scuffs is that once it breaks, like, I don't know, you have to get it sent in and you have to get it fixed, and there's all sorts of things. Whereas with something like that, the process is just a little bit easier. I just realized we're losing. Kind of just been lost talking about Call of Duty. I'll show you my paddle after this. It's not looking good, is it? This guy's just camping out. Bought an Xbox Elite and forgot it came with paddles. That's the best part of it. The 4 paddles on the back. So I bought my PS4. I'll show you in 13 seconds when this is over. This dude is camping up top. Oh, that was a great spawn. I'm not gonna go die again.
UAV overhead. Hardpoint contested.
Not sure there's really any teaching how to play. You just play a lot and you learn. MB Tech was 66, huh?
Clean yourself up.
So Kyle, I got my PS4. It's a Black Ops 3 PS4. So I got the bundle when Black Ops 3 came out. So this is the controller that I have. It's just the Black Ops 3 one, but I sent it into Battle Beaver. So on the back, it's got the 4 buttons, and I like these because they're really clicky. So like if I do this, you can hear how clicky they are. I know that might be kind of hard to hear, but I like the buttons that are super clicky. I had multiple scuff ones when I played on Xbox One, and the pedals got to where like they weren't really clicky. So I like that feedback because I know exactly when I'm hitting those buttons. Kevin, I don't think anybody really knows. Imagine waking up tomorrow and go on your phone and see a Warzone trailer. I know. Again, nobody really knows. What did I get? Blueprints. Nobody really knows when it's going to be coming out. But again, if I had to guess, I would say sometime this week. So that's why I'm putting in quite a few hours here streaming this. I do have some stuff that I have to do. I have to make a video here in the next hour or so. So probably got about an hour left on stream. Maybe a little bit less, maybe a little more. Battle Beaver. I know I wouldn't now again, I don't know if I would just buy one of their controllers to begin with. I just liked how clicky the buttons were. So since I had a brand new controller, I just sent it in. I don't like the sound of all this. I don't like the fact that there's already a Harrier. Where is this thing? Kind of getting a little bit bored of this map, to be honest. That purple clan tag threw me off a little bit.
Friendly UAV online.
Dude up top.
We're holding Charlie. Securing Bravo.
I'm almost out of ammo. I need a gun. Got an M4. Don't like this sight, but it's a gun. Oh boy. Maybe I'll play just some normal pub hardpoint after this. I'll just play Anchor. Games like that are just so irritating because you can do all you can to like control spawns and whatnot, and then your teammates just don't really play it the right way. That's the problem with playing it in pubs. And the problem with playing the CDL playlist, I would play that, but I don't have anybody online. So I don't want to play by myself just because most of the time you run into squads in that. It's just like when you're like ranked league in Black Ops 4 or Black Ops 2 or any of those other ones and you're playing league play. It's really hard to play by yourself.
Enemy UAV overhead. Allied cruise missile.
Where is everyone? Ooh. Last time I've been this excited about a BR, it was when... Was there somebody up there? Yeah. It was when Apex released, so I played Apex a lot. I think I have like 200 some odd wins, so it's definitely been a little while. What do I think subliners need to improve on? Are you from New York? I'm always interested to see like how people follow different teams, how they come about following different teams. For New York, I really think it comes down to consistency. Like, it's all there, right? They have the ability. Everybody has shown little streaks and whatnot of being able to play and perform at that level. They just haven't really like made it happen yet. And one map somebody will play really well. One map like Zuma had a couple really nice maps when they were in London. So it's all there. They just have to. Everybody just has to put it together, and I think that just comes from playing more. I don't think that they're definitely not in that top echelon yet for teams, but I think that they're right underneath it. I think they're right in the mix with Minnesota and New York and Paris and London. I think Paris and London have proven that they deserve to be in that conversation. I'm excited that Wuskins, man, that distance is so hard to hit with this gun. I'm glad that Wuskins has started to scrim a little bit because I think people need to see a little bit more about his personality so that they can really become fans of London. From Europe, but I'm an Atlanta fan because I like sim. Yeah, I get that. Do I think Dallas will catch up to Huntsman? So, I've talked about this a few times. I do think that they'll catch up. Subscriber league play, huh? So, talking... Harry, hello. If we're just talking about Dallas, so before that very first event, I really felt like when I made my initial power rankings, I put Huntsman above Dallas. And I just thought that there was a little bit that they needed to learn from in terms of experience and actually going through and being in those scenarios. So I do think that they'll catch them. But in the initial power rankings, I had them underneath Chicago. But I said that that might not be where they end up. Like if I had to pick if I had to write down on paper right now, my power rankings for, I don't know, let's say like May, I don't know if I would still put them in the same spot. I think that, not that Chicago would fall off, but I just think as Shotzi gets a little bit more experience and Illy gets a little bit more experience and they start to learn, you know, what it takes, like the routines. So when you're going to hotel rooms and when to go to bed and when to eat and, you know, just all that sort of thing. As soon as they start to get a little bit more comfortable with all those scenarios, I think that they're going to catch up a little bit. That's just my 2 cents, though. Saw something that Chicago broke the gentleman's agreement. What do you mean? Which one? What's your opinion on Huntsman using 3 stuns instead of 2? Oh, I see. Jaden, that must be what you were talking about. Somebody talked about that earlier also. I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. If I was playing something like that, I wouldn't do it, right? I wouldn't. GAs are GAs, and I just wouldn't go against them unless kind of everybody agreed on it. But I don't know. I think ultimately, I wish that developers would have a little bit more of a say in kind of just taking those things out of the game. But I don't like the fact that they did it. So, will I crucify him over it? No, but I wouldn't do it if I was in that position. How do you think Shotzi and Illy looked in scrims versus Chicago? That's the thing, is that Shotzi and Illy always look good, right? Now, if you're going day by day, of course, some days are better than others. That dude just knocked me off the barrel. But they always look good. So that's why they're already up top. So if you're just talking about scrims, like you could just always say that they look really good. It's just when you get to land, it's a whole different ballgame. And not just because it's land, it's just because the experience and being in the situation and all that stuff. I hate that these dudes are just hiding up top. It drives me crazy. How did that not hit that guy? Alright, let's get out of this spawn trap. I can't go anywhere! My goodness. There are people everywhere. I'd imagine that streaks are probably going to start raining in soon. So that'll make this even more annoying to play. What? Oh my god. I think I'm playing against Shotzi and Illy right now. These dudes are everywhere. there still a guy up top? Is that what I just...
Get to the hard point. Enemy UAV overhead.
I wish we would have gotten like a final answer on skill-based matchmaking. So this entire game has just been like, you play like 2 or 3 really good maps in a row, and then you'll get put in a different lobby, and then you'll just kind of like, look at this, my goodness, will you be doing another pre-show before Atlanta? We will. So we talked about this a little bit earlier, but oh, that poor kid, I'm sorry. So it'll film tonight and it'll be uploaded tomorrow. So an Atlanta pre-show, then we'll do an Atlanta post-show, just like we did before. Subs are handled is a little unfair. Do you think the ways that the subs are handled is a little unfair? What do you mean? So I guess there's a bunch of different ways that I could take that question, but how exactly do you mean?
Taking the hard point. Hard point contested. Enemy's got the hard point. We've taken the hard point. Hard point contested. The enemy took the hard point.
That distance is so hard with this gun. So yeah, I imagine tonight we'll do predictions. We'll talk through our bracket. We'll kind of say, you know, I haven't gotten like a prescript or anything from Kingdom. He usually sends that sometime early today. Oh, that hurts. But yeah, we'll do our predictions. Who really needs to perform? Like, who's this a really important event for? I think there are some teams that this is super important for. I said I'll repeat this just because I already. I'll repeat this just because, again, we touched on it a little bit in the previous podcast, but I think this is a super important event for Florida, for Minnesota, and for Optic. So I feel a little bit more comfortable placing Paris and placing London just because of how they performed at the London event. Like, they played really well. They took maps and they were able to make a really big splash at that tournament. I think this one, I can't kill that guy. I think this one is super important for those 3 teams. Just because if, say, like, for example, say Florida comes out and lays an egg, then now you have a little bit better of an idea of where to place them, right? You might not be placing them so high. Why can't I jump out there? I had jump fatigue. Just running around recklessly at the moment. The subs for every team, how they are on the roster, but they never get to play practice with the team. So oh, like you mean like substitutes? I gotcha. I thought you were talking about subs like SMGs. I honestly think that problem has already been solved, just not in the Call of Duty community. I think if teams had like an academy team, like I know that there's a couple teams that do, but I think if every team had an academy team, then you could just have academy teams play each other, and now all of a sudden all of those guys are still developing their skills. So the way that it currently is, yeah, there might be a little bit of an issue with it, but I just think if they just follow the way that it's been done in some of the other esports by now, then they'll just be in a better spot moving forward. That's a good question though. Again, remember, we're like 2 months in to the very first season of this. So it's not like this is by any means like set into stone. This game for me, when like I'm streaming and answering questions, is exactly like when I try to play Fortnite. Like if I sit down on my PC and I play Fortnite, I can usually do really well at it. But the issue is when I start to like not give 100% focus. That's when I start to just play like a 500 map. Like I feel like that's where I'm at in this game. Like just 500, not really getting any streaks or anything. Just kind of going about the motions. But I like the questions and I like the interaction, so I'd rather sacrifice a little bit and kill death just to have the conversations and whatnot. Oh boy, did that other dude die? Nope. Oh. Where are you? Jeez. Got a streak. Can I get out of here? No. Oh. Get up. Alright, I'm going to play some hardpoint after this. I'm going to focus on winning. So now that I've got this Grawl ranked up quite a ways, I'm not really worried about it. That's why I was really playing this. Although I do want to rank up. These are like, these are the conversations that go back and forth in my brain. I saw that there was another question in chat. I'll get there just a second. There's only 30 seconds left in this map, so I know we're not going to win, but... Nima, hey man, love your channel. Thanks, I appreciate that. Historically, which players are known for grinding very hard? I saw Formal was streaming for 14 hours yesterday, and I thought that was nuts. That is exactly who Formal is. Every time, if you go back and you look at his videos, so if you go to Formal's Twitch channel and you click on the videos tab, it's not like he just streams like the 6 hours that they're playing. He'll stream the 6 hours that they're playing, and then he'll stream for another like 8 hours after that. He just grinds so much, and that's why he's such a good player. Now, of course, there's some natural ability that comes into something like that, right? Not everybody could do that and perform at the level that he performs at, but that's part of the reason why he's so good. But honestly, I mean, everybody plays that way. Even like, so even some of the players that we're just now seeing, like Wuskins has just started to stream a lot. And if you go look, like he's on all the time. I just got, I got a notification that he was streaming just, I don't know, like an hour or so ago. This unbelievable update. Will you please stop doing this? So yeah, I get what you're saying with Formal. Whereas if you go look, and this isn't, I'm not putting anybody down by this in any way whatsoever. But if you go watch, if you go look at like Scum's videos, he streams, right? So he's there and he's doing his scrims, and every once in a while he'll do like a ground war after that or something. But it seems like with Formal, he's just like, all right, we've scrimmed 3 times, so that's like what, 6, 7, 8 hours, and then he'll go through and he'll play ground war or he'll run 10s or something. So those guys, their endurance is just insane. Hey man, love your channel. It's got that one. Let's see, what do you think about the stuns Huntsman overused on London? I know that's like the hot topic, is the 3 stuns issue. I don't like it. I know that we already answered it, but I don't know. If it's GA'd, then just let it be GA'd. You know what I mean? I don't know. Now, there might be something behind the scenes that we don't know about. You know what, let's just use an M4. Let's just try to control spawns here. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, let's play some hard point. Who's your favorite player in CDL this year? I don't know if I have a favorite player, to be honest. The one that I've really enjoyed watching, and I hate that I keep getting like, oh, you're a fanboy or whatever. I'm really not. I used to like Optic, right? I followed ever since they moved into the very first Optic house. So like, I really like Scump. I really like Nadeshot. But the person that I've been really intrigued by is following Envoy. I just feel like there's so many things that he does that, so like if it's an intense match, like, so I mentioned this earlier. If you think back to map 3, that St. Petrograd domination in the grand finals against Dallas, he went off. I don't know the hard points here. So I've only played this map like twice, so I guess we'll just see what happens. But Envoy is one that I've really been intrigued by, just because now that he's surrounded by all of that talent, I'm really intrigued to see what he can do this year. I know that there are some more questions down there in the chat. I'll get to them soon. Oh man, this gun is so much easier to use. See that we're getting pooped on at the moment. I don't know why I keep joining these late. Can I jump up there? No. How do I get around this map? There's a dude in this cut right here. Let's go up top, see if we can get some kills. What is that? Spring wind? What the heck does that mean? One more in hill. Oh, they spawned back there. I personally don't play Rust because it's annoying. I know I'll hit level 155 eventually, so I'm chilling. Yeah, I totally get it. Rust is one of those, so like when I play a map like this, I really like to so if I'm just playing hardpoint, I really like to just control spawns and then try to get my teammates to spawn really close. So I really like, I don't know, I like to focus on winning. Whereas if you're playing a map like that, sometimes if you want to do well, you can't really think about winning every time. The M4 is so much easier to use, even though I just got turned on right there by that dude. But I see you. I like Denz. Yeah, Denz has been playing phenomenally. So we did this thing on our last podcast, for those that might have missed it. We did this thing where if you had to build out a roster of 5, and the 5 people couldn't be from the same team. So of the 8 teams that were there, you had to pick somebody, one from each of those teams. So Denz was on my roster. So I picked, Denz was one of the ones that I picked, even though the roles might not have worked out really well, right? Because I also, I had other ARs. I thought Octane was the best AR at London. So even though I picked Octane, I still went with Denz. I wasn't really going by roles. But Denz has been playing insane. He's part of the reason why they've been being so successful. My ADS feels a little slow at the moment. I need to go back through this class. I feel slow moving around the map. Please move. Doesn't help that, like, I don't know my way around this map. Have you heard of the Joker strategy to get a nuke on Boneyard? It's not too well known, but I think that's going to break the map when people find out about it. I have not heard of that. That is something I'm unaware of. Why are there so many people around me? I hear you. I hear you. See, like things right there. I wanted to check this. I wanted to check that choke point, but I didn't know if I could jump up there. There's just so many things like that on maps that you're unaware of. So if Huntsman broke the GA, do all the other teams continue with the GA? I mean, normally that's how it goes, right? If one team doesn't follow suit, and especially if you lose from it, then the other teams aren't very prone to follow that. Like, what's the point? I know that would be really annoying to play against, and honestly, it would be really annoying to watch, right? Imagine if you're watching this weekend's matches and everybody's just throwing stuns everywhere. It's kind of crazy as it is. That's like one of the biggest takeaways from not having the pick 13 or the pick 10 system anymore, is the fact that you can just use whatever you want, right? So you always have a flash, you always have a stun. So yeah, I mean, for me, that's one of the. I like this. I think it's a lot more simple, right? It's simpler than it has been in years past, where you really have to think about allocating where you're putting attachments, where you're putting different perks, stuff like that. So this way is a little bit simpler. It's a throwback to the way that Call of Duty used to be. But I don't know which I prefer. I don't know. Let's see. People have gotten easy nukes and streaks. You get a line of sight to the center of the map and just keep spamming Joker rockets. It drives me crazy. That's one of the reasons why I don't really play that. I don't know. I liked the idea. Oh God. This is going to be atrocious. Do I have an MP5? I don't even have an MP5 class. I haven't touched these classes in a long time. I changed a lot of these classes yesterday because I wanted to rank up the Ram, which I just unlocked. Wanted to rank up the Growl, which I've got to level 52 just from playing that Rust playlist. And then there's a couple other ones. Like my FR is at 23. So my burst gun's at 23. My SCAR is at 37. So a lot of times, I don't know. The one thing that bugs me about it was Dallas lost the hard point by 11, but maybe Dallas could have won if Chicago didn't have 3 stuns. Yeah, absolutely. If you have 3 stuns, you can very easily just spam a choke point, a cutoff, and that's all it takes, right? If you get hit by 6 stuns, then obviously you're not going to be able to make it through those cutoffs. So, yeah, I get it. It's a little annoying. I need a... You know, let me go back to the Grau, just because I have my ADS set up pretty quickly. I hate this map. I hate it with a passion. I feel like I'm going to get spawned right in my right ear hole and somebody's going to kill me. I just know it's coming. Not sure how I lost that. Actually, the one thing that when this was like a 24/7 playlist, I would just get up top and just put a trophy down. I would just camp up here. Hi. Feel like I'm about to have my trophy. Trophy. Now if anybody throws nades at me like that, there's 2 of them. I just can't stand being on the ground. It drives me absolutely crazy. Oh, that poor kid. Now I have a streak, but like I feel like I can't get over here to call it. I just know I'm gonna die by the time I can get this in. 19 people watching. Thanks for hanging out today, everyone. I appreciate it. Where can I get more than 1? No! Oh, I thought I wasn't gonna get any. God. Oh no. See, man. If you guys have any CDL questions whatsoever, put them down in the chat below. Kind of like enjoy having these conversations. See, like, oh my god. This is absolute nonsense. I'm just ear-holing people that are spawning right beside me. I don't understand how people play this. I'm gonna die as I call this, but whatever. Shipment is known for being awful. I know. That's why I just never played it. I know a lot of people that ranked up a lot from this playlist. I just can't do it. Oh, I thought that was somebody on the other team. I'm just so scared all the time. I never know like when to check my back. I like this gun for a map like this. This Grau. I don't know how you say it. That should be a double. Or they'll just run out of the way. Alright. Oh, is that an enemy? I feel like this is a game that could just make you go nauseous. Like a game type. It's just everything's happened so fast. Then that happens. I'm about to get my streaks. That's why I like to stay up in that crate if I can get up there. Hit someone. My word, man. I don't feel like I can move. And then I get RPG'd in my face. Beautiful. Then I get spawn killed. God, I just want to find a corner to hide in. Please just leave me alone. Shipment 1944 was awesome. I feel like if this was 4v4, it might be a little bit better. Just because there wouldn't be so many freaking people to worry about. You know, I'm going to try to get up top if I can. I feel like my aim's on. Just jinxed myself. So my aim was on and then I missed all those. There is no way I could play this all day. If I played this 4 times in a row, I would just rage quit. And not even because like I'm doing bad. I feel like I'm just doing average, mediocre. It just drives me crazy. Right there, I spawned and I looked right, and then I just died to my left. Ooh, teammates just saved me. I just want to play a CDL hardpoint. But I don't want to play the CDL playlist because I don't have like a squad on. Most of the time I would use an SMG here. I would use my MP5. Or maybe even like an MP7 if I didn't have it ranked up all the way. Jeez, good on this other team. They're so worried about getting time in the hill. I respect that. Did that person not run through here? I have a trophy. I don't want to take the time to throw it. I almost got that one with the drop shot. Oh, I got hit in the face by that nade. I'll back out after this one. I have a lot of questions to catch up on. My apologies. This can just get a little chaotic sometimes. Oh, I don't have another gun. No! I tried to sprint cancel that reload. It was a split second too early. Oh my god. I have a friend that I play competitive with that was absolutely in love with this playlist, and I just don't understand. I'm gonna get up top and hide, throw down my trophy. No, I ran out of ammo. Oh, I should have. Personally loves shipment, huh? Man. I just got 15 hit markers and no kills. See, like if I had an SMG right there, I'd get that kill. I just don't have any classes made for an SMG. Should probably stop jumping around corners like a madman also, but whatever. Well, there's somebody over here, or there was. Think I could call my missile, get some streaks? I bet you I'd die before I get this off. Apex, I'll answer your question in just a minute as soon as this is over. Oh. Bet you I die some random way before I can call this. Let's go. Teammate, guard me. Let's get a chopper gunner. There's only 30 seconds left. Oh, I'm almost out of ammo. No! Oh, I should have just... Oh, well. Ran out of ammo. Oh, that's a teammate. Peek. Alright. Again, I'll get to your questions in just a second. Word. My goodness. Alright, let's look through some of these. So I got a little bit to catch up on here. Shipment is known for being awful, I know. It seems like the league needs to rule on the sort of the stun limit. GA in sports seems odd to me. Yeah, this would be where like there should be some sort of like competition committee almost where they can go in and change the CDL rule set that people are using just to not allow stuff like that. 45 and 37. Alright, I'll take it. Didn't expect to see this. Love to see it. Thanks, man. Luke, welcome. I see you in my comments section pretty often, so cool to see you tuning into a live stream. GA stuff. So, O'Shane, I did talk about this a little bit. I wish that Chicago wouldn't have done that. So my guess would be that once they started doing it against one team, unless they get into a Discord and kind of talk about it and just chat it out, I think that you'll probably see more teams do it. So, whoops, didn't mean to stop that. Let's see. So Huntsman is the #1 team as of now, but usually when a team starts really good in the beginning of the season, they usually tend to lose at the end. What team do you think will win the CDL? Holy cow. So that's quite the question there. Who do I think will actually win the CDL? Obviously the pick right now would be Atlanta, right? I feel like most people, if they were going to pick who's going to win, they would probably go with Atlanta. Is that what happens? I don't really know, right? Anything could happen. But the way that their SMGs play so fast and they're so good at search and destroy. So that's the thing, is that a lot of times when you have teams like that, their SMGs, if you play that fast and you're that good at hardpoint, then normally you're really not all that good at search and destroy. But it just so happens that they're also insane at search and destroy. So they're a team that's really hard to be beat at the moment. So if I had to pick, I would say Atlanta, just because they're really good at respawns and they're really good at search. But my power rankings, the top 3 for me would remain Atlanta, Chicago, and then Dallas. So that's where I'd be. Although I did say, so I've kind of been going back and forth on this. I did say at the last during our last podcast that I put Chicago above Atlanta just because. So if they played 50 matches, I think that Atlanta would probably win 40 of them. I do think that they would beat them more often head-to-head, but I put them a little bit ahead just because they've proven it. And in my book, that means something. And that's the same way that I put Paris and I put, I wonder if I have an updated power rankings that I could show at the moment. I was not prepared to talk about this stuff, but just because that they've shown something that means something in my book, the same way that, so I think there are 4 teams that are really close together. I think London, Paris, I think Minnesota, and I think Florida. I don't know why, I have a lot of confidence in Florida at the moment. So I put Paris and I put London above Minnesota and Florida just because they've proven it. So for me, that kind of means that, I don't know, that just holds some weight for me personally. Is that how they'll end up? I don't really know, but we'll see. So this weekend, Florida plays London, Minnesota plays Paris. So on Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern time and 11:30 a.m. Eastern time, those 2 teams play. So we'll see where they stand, right? It's so funny that those are the 4 teams that I was just talking about. So we'll see where they end up. Who knows? Let's see. Do you see any other weapons used throughout the season other than the M4, MP5, snipers? I don't think so, not personally. Now, it'll depend on if teams are able to use some of these DLC weapons. So, if we're just going through the battle pass, I've been using the Grawl yesterday and today, and I think at that medium range, isn't it at level 15? Yeah, right here. So at medium range, I think this Grawl is really good. When it gets a little bit longer than that, if you're 100 meters away, then it's kind of hard to aim. So it'll depend on whether or not, they pick up on guns like this. The ADS time seems to be really fast on the Grawl, a gun like this. So I don't know. We'll see. But as of right now, I don't see it changing. What do you think about the Crim 6 Beaver control situation? Yeah, I think that probably happens a little bit more than you would think. But it's just whatever feels comfortable to him, right? So I don't know. I thought it was a funny clip how he tried to hide the camera there. They played 3 matches and he is pointing out 1 map. I don't understand his point. They played 3 matches and he is pointing out 1 map. I don't understand his point. O'Shane, I'm not real sure what you're talking about. Let's clarify on that just a little bit. I was watching scrims in New York beat Chicago by 3, 250 to 247. Gunless dropped 47. Yeah, I think we talked about that one a little bit earlier. And that's the thing with those guys, is that every one of them has just the ability to shred like that. Vectrolites, how's it going? Thanks for the heads up in the chat. We'll go ahead. We'll start up another game of Hardpoint here. Thoughts on Seattle? Yeah, Seattle's just missing something. They're really missing that that all-out slaying talent. So imagine if you put somebody like Simp or a BZ or Envoy or somebody that has the ability to just really slay out from the SMG position. I think that's what they're missing. I think they have their moments, right? Their individual moments, but they just there are times when they just get overshadowed a little bit in the slaying department. But I think that they'll figure it out, right? They're too veteran of teams to really not figure it out. I'm a big fan of Tupac, who's an analyst with the Huntsman. What role does an analyst actually play? Is it just a title, or is he actually having an input, do you think? His S&D tactics are not... Yeah, so they'll absolutely go through and they'll break down maps. They'll break down strategy. They'll kind of talk about what's happening, what other teams are doing, where they should be looking, where they should be watching. So you don't really hear from him too much like in-game, right? Most of the time, all the stuff that's going on in-game, let's use the Kilo. I don't know. This isn't ranked up all the way for me yet. So the stuff that's happening in-game, you hear a lot of Sender, but that's mainly the point that he's trying to fill. I don't know the hard points for this map either. I don't like getting flashed and naded. Trying to hide in this corner. God, this map can be absolutely brutal. If you don't have the power positions on a map like this. You know there's somebody being on a head glitch right across the way. Oh, it's about to be. I knew it. I can't even get close. Smoking out our... Where is everyone? Oh, I saw you up top. I heard about that. Well, you can run 2 smoke, 2 stun, and a flash. That's what the GA is supposed to be. I don't know anymore. It's something like that. I gotcha. 0-2, huh? Where's the next one? I don't know if it comes to this side or if it goes to the other side. I think it goes back to this other side. I could be actually, okay, so I literally have no idea where this is going next. Oh, it did come to our side. All right, let's get some time here. I'm gonna go up top. I'm gonna try to control like this mid-map flank. So if we can just watch the problem, see, like this is the problem with pubs, is that we don't really have anybody inside the hard point. And I just choked those shots a little bit. Let's go help out. I saw that dude run by me. I was hoping a teammate would kill him. There's one other person over here. I guess he's just gonna let me get all this time, huh? And then I guess C4'd. It's the other problem that I have with pubs. You just die from all that stuff. They're coming mid-map. Nope. Oh. Patience. Did I just hear? Did I see somebody? I thought I saw like a rocket take off from back there. Oh boy. This is a game where you normally don't survive stuff like that, right? Should I go in and waste my risk my streaks? Somebody behind me?
Get ready, we're about to move.
Oh, it's let's not talk about that. Alright, let's use my streak, see if we can get some people.
We've got the hard point. Oh, get to the next one.
Nope. Ooh, I did. My next death, I'll take some questions from the chat. There's one more. Oh, that was dumb. I don't know why I did that. Hey, Icon. Love the gameplay. Thanks, man. O'Shane. I mean, Huntsman versus Empire paid 3 times. Huntsman won all 3. However, Krim is pointing out 1 map. What about all the other maps they lost? What about the 3? Yeah. I think a lot of that might be trying to save face, honestly. Now that last match, that finals match, all of those were really close, and Chicago just kind of clutched up at the end. So in terms of that one in specific, he might have a little bit to talk about with that one just because it was so close. But the other two, they kind of got beat pretty handedly, right?
Go. Get to the next one.
What time is it right now? It is 1:36, so there's actually a video coming out in 24 minutes from the Atlanta and Chicago matchup yesterday. So very soon. I broke down the very first hard point that they did, where they choked it to, it was 249. They were up 249 to 210. They ended up getting beat 250 to 249. They just couldn't close it out. I like this kilo. I don't really ever use it, but I'm a fan. I don't know why I don't use it. I got my M4 gold, and then I just never really cared too much to get the rest of them. Most of the time, if I'm playing like a competitive, so maybe sometime I'll stream like the CDL playlist that we play. We got killed from behind. Thanks for watching the same direction as me. But normally I'm playing Anchor. I just don't really want to lose, so that's why I'm spending time in the hard point because, well, somebody's got to, right? In the chat, let me know, is my are my mic levels good? I know Kingdom was in here earlier. He said that the game was a little bit too loud. I adjusted it some, but I guess it could still be off by chance. I think Krim feels like they could have won that game. They could have won, Jaden, they could have won all of those. In that final best of 3, they could have won all 3 of those matchups. They didn't clutch up when they needed to. Oh man, it's so dangerous. You know what? I do have one of these guys I could throw down. I just want to win. Trophy system coming up clutch. Again, I'm not really one that's playing inside the hard point when I play competitively, but just want to win. That reload animation takes so long. I didn't know where that dude was. But I guess if one team does it, what's the point of having agreement? Leadership of these teams and leagues don't care about gentlemen's agreements. It's about winning. I won't say that they... I want to say that they don't care about GAs. I think that they do care about them. I don't know. I don't really know how to approach. That blue clan tag threw me off. I really wish that they would do away with that. Is Huntsman your favorite team, or you just break down a lot of their matches because it's what people want to see? Let's see. Vidimelv. There's a few things. I really don't have a favorite team. I do like to watch Chicago just because I've been, honestly, if I'm being straight up, I've been a lifelong Optic fan. Even before they moved into 6050 Russell Drive. So I've followed Nadeshot forever. I remember when he got his very first sponsorship. I remember being a fan of Nadeshot. So I've been following him for a really long time. But I don't really have a favorite team. I like to see if the older Optic guys do well. But with that, the main reason why we break them down is just because they're the team that scrims a lot. They scrim the most, so there's the most footage out there of them. Like I really wish that Dallas would stream. I wish Atlanta would stream. I wish even teams like Minnesota. I really want to see what's happening from. I thought there was somebody back there from other teams' POVs. They just don't put them out there very often, so it's kind of hard to get a hold of what they're doing. This kilo shreds. I like this thing. I hate that blue clan tag. I just always feel like it's my teammate. Let's call my cruise missile. Mike's good. Thank you very much. This Huntsman, I already talked about that. You should post more Empire scrims. I wish I could. I really wish that it was available more often. I just realized we're just playing 4 people. If they scrimmed every day, I would post their scrims all the time. It's just so hard to get a hold of. The only time that I can really break down their scrims is when they play Chicago. Somebody in here? Get a knife? Should we go for it? Let's go. Let's see if I can get a knife spree. Oh, we're not playing. No, somebody stole that. Oh, this game is something else. See, like, I almost shot that guy. I just thought he was on my team. I'm all confused. Oh, there's their entire team. I don't know how I'm alive. In Minnesota, I'll read that one in just a second. This is coming to a close. So it says, in Minnesota, Dallas had the hardest schedule playing FaZe in Chicago, and people say Dallas is disappointing, and I don't think they are. Dallas has proved they can hang with those teams. 1000%. Right now, I have Dallas 3rd in the power rankings on my personal ones. I think that they're really good. I think that they got a little bit of a bad rap just because they played the hardest teams to begin there. So I think that's part of it. So yeah, I mean, I think that they're a lot. I think they're a lot better than what people gave them credit for. But they proved that in London, right? The ability to bounce back after getting beat by Chicago, make their way all the way through that losers bracket, and then make it to the finals. And then even in that finals, finally a CDL map will get to play as long as it doesn't change. So as I play this St. Petrograd, I'm gonna break down spawns. So I'll just anchor the whole time. But I'll break down the spawn so you guys can tell exactly what's going on. You know what I should do? I should turn off cross-platform. I don't know. It's not a big deal, but I'm playing with all these PC dudes that are probably pretty good. The channel Revoked Gaming uploaded a Huntsman scrim where Gunless dropped 47. Yeah, we've talked about that. We talked about that a couple times. Maybe I will break it down. Today I've got an Atlanta and Chicago scrim. The one that Atlanta came back. They were down 249 to 210, and then they gave that up and it came back. So I have that one going up in just 15 minutes. Shafail. Sorry, let me know how to say your name. It's not that, in my opinion. It's just Dallas talked big before pre-land. That's why people are roasting them. The COD community is definitely toxic, and I 1000% agree with you. So in my last podcast with Kingdom Soldier and Lando, we talked a little bit about how Chicago seems to be talking a lot, right? Formals tweeting a bunch, Arcities in post-game interviews. So there seems to be a lot of that going on. And I think really it is just a response, right? I think it's a response to what they've been putting up with for the past few months. Now, is there anything to that? I don't really know. But maybe they deserve a little bit of the hate that they're getting. So we're playing hard point. I'm playing the AR role, even though I have no idea what my teammates are doing. I don't really have the best. I don't have the best streaks for it either. But essentially, I'm gonna try to push out blue here. There's somebody underneath me, but I'm gonna try to push out top blue, and if I can kill them off the top bar, I shouldn't have shot there. That might have been a little bit of a mistake. So there is somebody up top bar. Nice. It looks like we flipped already. So on this map, if you get bad spawn, that's exactly what you want to do. Looks like there might have been somebody in the back shooting me from water. I'm afraid to jump out this window. Our teammate just died up top blue. Watching this blue courtyard area. There's somebody. Tracks. Is there another one? Thought I heard another one. Somebody up top. Got a cruise missile. All right, they're gonna be pushing out water. Hopefully they come through here. There's one that I missed over there. One more over there. See, this is the problem, is that this is about to end, and so I'm gonna try to get a kill on that. No. Oh, well, I got my VTOL. See, that's the thing. I was trying to watch mid-map, and there wasn't anybody to pick up that back rotation. Now, the other thing I guess you could really talk about is the fact that we were able to get the majority of the time on that first hill, so not having spawns for this second hill really doesn't hurt us all that much. I'll say that. It's nice to slow down and just play one of these CDL maps after playing Rust for 2 days, which can get a little crazy. This Kilo is so good. I think this gun is so underrated. I don't even use it. They still have that back spawn. I'll catch up on the chat here soon. Does anybody beat them? So on this one, there's 10 seconds to the next map. I'm just going to go back and I'm going to get on that back head glitch. I'm just going to try to hold down this right side tracks over here. Or I'm going to mantle over top.
Okay, hard points moving.
So hopefully my teammates spawn by me. I'm watching the mini-map.
Enemy UAV overhead.
All right.
Hard point secure.
We got a teammate watching left. You know what? Let's just use this just to get information. I don't think we're going to... You're still alive! That's right, Kingdom. Decided to play some CDL maps because I was going crazy playing Rust. Alright, so I'm a little late here. But typically you'd want to have somebody rotated already. So as it rotates back to bar, you have this back spawn. This is the beauty of playing pubs, is that nobody has done that yet. So we are going to have this spawn. And I don't really want to get inside, just because if I die inside, then that kind of ruins the idea of having spawns, right? So I'm just going to hold down this back corner. They're probably coming from P1. I should have finished that kill. That was weak. What are you going to do? Teammates are top blue, watching over towards P1, so I'm just trying to watch mid-street here. Hear more. Peek. Thank you. Alright, and then after this, it's back to it's P5, so right in the middle of the map. And we just want to hold down this right side over here. Looks like there are people up in this window, maybe.
Cruise missile ready to launch. Next hard point. Let's go.
What are you gonna do? You can't win them all, right?
Enemy's got the hard point.
I'll catch up on the chat in just a moment. Man, they are all over P5. So at this point in time, it did look like they were pushing the right side over here. So you just want to try to hold down these spawns. Clearly, it doesn't look like we're going to end up losing this, so... That was a bad play. Alright, so Dallas is good. Took second in first tourney. Getting better every game. Versus Chicago. Finals were tight. Absolutely. Yeah, I think if I had to bet money, I would say come April. Oh, I got a lot of hit markers. I couldn't finish that. I just say April or May. I think Dallas is probably going to be one of the top teams in the game. I mean, they already are, but we're saying like I think they're going to start taking matches off of Atlanta and Chicago. See you up there.
Allied received airstrike incoming. Beware. We've taken the hard point.
Dude stole my kill. So right now I'm just trying to push out this back spawn if I can. Now if I can hold down this spawn, we'll have spawns as it goes back to P2 from P1. Did that guy just spawn there?
Missile ready to launch.
What is going on? I'm so confused.
Get ready. We're about to move.
There's still somebody behind me, I swear. Oh, my teammate just spawned here, so we should be good. Once Chicago starts losing majority, COD community will turn on them. That's basically the curse of being the real optic. I don't know. I don't know if I see people turning on them or not. I think that they're probably... I think they're going to be like the old optic, and they're just going to be a fan favorite the entire year. I figures I would die coming off spawn there. They're just such... I mean, if Scump hasn't been turned on in the last decade, I just don't see it happening now. Look at all these guys sniping me. I think we'll have spawns for this next one. Let's go ahead and push it out. Are you going to do a video of predictions for you said London? My guess would be that you're talking about Atlanta. And yes, so we have a podcast that's being filmed tonight. It'll be uploaded tomorrow. It's an Atlanta prediction show. So we'll talk about our brackets. We'll talk about who we think's going to win, who's going to be in the finals, all that good stuff. So make sure that you're around waiting for that tomorrow. Normally our podcasts go like an hour and a half long. God, this thing is a laser. I don't know why I never use this kilo. Somebody pushing out right side. But yeah, predictions will be up tomorrow. Oh, that drives me crazy. Do you standard or dynamic aim curve? Here, I'll show you my options real quick. I have standard aim response curve.
10 seconds, get ready to move.
And to be honest with you, I haven't even really messed with that all that much. Oh, I needed 5 more bullets. Cool. I'm a little bit late on rotations there, but I was showing you guys my my settings. What do you guys think? If you had to, let's hear your predictions. So I'm interested to see who's going to win Group A, who's going to win Group B, and are those winners of Group A and Group B going to be the teams that are in the finals? Good for that, dude. That's an impressive kill getting with the MP7 right there. Ready? I'm going to push out this close quarters gun battle with an AR. Ooh, I am hurting. Ew. No, I needed one more. Alright, so after this is going back to P5, right in the middle of the map. We'll win there. I have faith. I don't know why I did that. I went to hit. Listen, I had a little brain fart. I thought I might have had dead silence. I was gonna let that guy live, but oh. What was that? Is that a person? I really hope Warzone is a thing. Somebody yelled at me earlier for having a clickbaity title. I didn't say that I was playing Warzone. I said I was preparing for Warzone. Can we finish this, please? Oh, he's in. Yeah, we're having a rough time getting these last 2 seconds here. I've got 1 second of hill time. You know what? I'm just gonna head glitch this. Just get the W. We win. All right. Conversations in the chat. What do we got over here? Let's look at this. I don't want to give all my predictions. Man, I want to save them. Optic can put fight against FaZe. Chicago should beat Toronto. I agree with that. I think I've got a video going live in 5 minutes. I think Chicago will definitely 3-0 Toronto. Man, we'll talk about all this tonight. Here's this unbelievable glitch again. Drives me crazy. So Chicago should beat Toronto. Atlanta and OGLA. That's going to be. I do think Atlanta will win that, especially at their home venue. But I think OGLA will probably make it into semis. Right? You have losers, so you have 2 teams that make it out of each group. So out of Group A will be London, Florida, Atlanta, or OGLA. So of those 4 teams, you would have to pick Atlanta to come out. But other than that, I mean, if I had to rank them personally, I would say Atlanta, London, OGLA, Florida, but I think London and OGLA are very close. It wouldn't shock me at all if OGLA ends up winning that. I talked about this a little bit earlier. I think that London has proven something. And for me personally, that means a lot. Sorry, I'm looking over here. I'm looking at the chat and my other monitor. One of my friends yelled at me for that about a week ago. But for me, when you prove something, that means something to me. So that's why I'm putting them above. And then Group B, the 2 teams. Now, this is going to be... So, Chicago, Minnesota, Paris, and Toronto. I think Toronto will be 0-2 again. But Minnesota and Paris, I don't know who to pick from that. Hardpoint on Piccadilly. Ugh. Look at all these computer people. So many keyboard and mouse people in here. So, yeah, I don't know. I think Chicago's going to win that. I think... Oh, man, Minnesota, Paris. What do you guys think? What do you think out of Minnesota and Paris? Kyle said Paris. Yeah, I like that. I'll take that prediction. My kilo's a level 66. All right, this is just starting. Where is everybody? All right, we got to flip. Number 2 goes back to the other side, right? Yeah. So we got to flip this. We got to get spawns on the other side of the map. Try to blow up that car. Oh! Did I just get sniped? I think I did. Good for that kid. Let's go underground. Hit the flank underground. Kenny and Slasher need to have a big series. Yeah. I talked about it earlier. I think J-Cap's the key there. Is there somebody in my team? Alright, I'm just going to try to contest this. Nice. Oh. Yeah, I think if J-Cap has a really nice tournament, I think that OGLA can make some pretty big waves. If he doesn't, if they're playing kind of like a 4v5, I think that could be a little bit rough. Got a cruise missile. Hopefully I don't die right here. Flipping spawns. So I'm going to try to kill whoever's the backmost person. So this person, oh, he died. Alright, so we're not going to be able to overtake that spawner at the moment. OGLA, Atlanta. Kenny definitely has to show up. If Kenny plays bad, I don't think they have any chance whatsoever. I think that's going to be a tough one to win anyways. But if you don't get a big series out of Kenny, then I don't think you have any chance at all. I knew there was somebody to my right. I just didn't have time to get that kill off. Next one's going library over here. Looks like we've got a teammate watching this choke point. You know, let's go. Let's try to kill some people on the chokes from up above. Teammate got that kill. Nice. Top plat. Oh boy. I'm feeling the heat. Oh my word. How am I living? Blow up the ambulance, get a kill, maybe? Wow, somebody just blew it up. That's the problem. See, that's the other thing. Playing maps like this, sometimes it can get a little bit boring, and I just get sniped. Kenny has had an ego check first weekend. I'd like to see him making plays next event. Yeah, I mean, I feel like now that first weekend, again, he played Chicago and Atlanta, so it'll be interesting to see what happens when he's not playing the top 2 teams, right?
We've taken the hard point. Get ready.
Try to pinch this guy from behind.
Hard point lost. We control the hard point.
Oh. So many people. The map count 3-2, I'll be super impressed. Yeah, I think even honestly, I think even a 3-1 would be impressive. If they can go 3-1, if they can take a map, I think that'll do a lot for their confidence as they go into losers bracket. If they go into losers bracket and they get 3-0'd, I think that's where you might see a little bit of an issue. What am I shooting at? Literally can't see anything. That's one of the problems I have with this game is that everything is so dark. Oh, I need a gun. I need a gun. I don't have a gun. I got a car. What is this site? Wow.
Location secured. Hard point protected. Cruise missile. Friendly UAV online.
What? Why is that a hit marker? What else we got? What do you guys think about the Paris series? So, Minnesota and Paris. If you had to pick, what would you pick? I want to know what you guys think on that one, because that, in my mind, that's a big one. I had Minnesota above Paris coming out of the Minnesota event, but the way that Paris performed... Why am I getting all these hit markers, man? There we go. It's been a long time since I've sniped. I enjoy it. This is a nice sight. No! Failed. Chicago and Paris. OGLA played in Minnesota. They did play in Minnesota, but I'm just curious to see what happens this time. Good for that dude, just continuing to snipe me. My Harrier's going off. I got a teammate that has 42 kills. Good for him. They're all hiding in this current hard point. Alright, you know what? Let's go ahead and let's rotate. What I want to know is how many 725 kills you have. Oh, I'll show you. I'll show you my 725 stats right after this is over. No. You can try to put me on blast. Won't happen. That's actually, honestly, that's part of the reason why I stopped playing Call of Duty there for a little bit, because I just couldn't take the... I don't like the footsteps. I think the footsteps are way too loud in this game, but I just couldn't take the shotguns, the claymores, all that stuff. Just really got under my nerves. And I refused... Oh, boy. I refuse to be a part of that nonsense, so... They're not spawning back here. Oh, we pushed it out. Why do we have nobody in the hill? Teammates? Minnesota has to win that to be considered top 6. Kingdom... I think Florida's a team that we disagree just a little bit, or not Florida. I think Minnesota's a team that we disagree just a little bit on. I remembered seeing that in our last power rankings. I think I had Minnesota quite a ways higher than you did. I have Minnesota after Paris and London, so I think you had them a little bit further underneath that. Need one more bullet. All those assists. Jeez, oh man, I'm getting sniped everywhere.
Friendly precision airstrike on the way.
Yeah, I always ran EOD also. I never took it off. I just didn't like it. Just like, I don't know. Every time you would round a corner and you'd be weak. Man, good for this guy. What a beast. I need to copy his class. I guess I could just say it didn't really make the game fun for me. Always having to worry about those things. I felt like I couldn't really run around. So, I don't know if you guys have like caught on to my playstyle just from watching here in the last hour or two, but like I play really fast. So, not being able to run around as much really kind of bothered me a little bit. I'm a little bit tired of getting sniped, that's for sure. Man, I almost got quickscope there. That would have been so sad. Let's see. I'm about to show you my 725 stats. I'm also a little bit interested to see if Paris can duplicate what they did in London. The heck? What's the long arm? I've never seen this. Let's try this guy. What the heck is this thing? It has a really fast ADS time. Wait a minute. This isn't Rust. I know. I'll go back to it. I got a little bit heated playing Rust earlier. Come out that door. Thank you. These poor kids. Can I still see that door from here? Ooh, I can. Is that the door? Or is that... No, that's the door. I got a headshot from behind. Good for him. Alright, you know what? I'll go back to Rust. I want to continue ranking up some of those guns. I feel like my aim's pretty on point at the moment. When I'm not using a sniper. Running on top of buses. Like a dummy. Going back to Rust. You're right. Video should have just came out. 2:08, 8 minutes ago. New video where we break down... Let's see. The clutch or the choke, depending on which way you look at it. The choke by Chicago. The clutch from Atlanta. So as much fun as that was... Let's see. Honestly, I don't even know how to look at stats. Where do I go? 1.3 KD. Where do I go? Where do I go to see weapons? All the way down here. All right, so I got 270 kills. That's not the worst. McEasy! What's up, dude? Talked about the dude that I played competitive with a little bit earlier. That's McEasy. So I was talking about how I wanted to play the competitive playlist, but I don't want to do it without like teammates. So I blame you for me playing different things. What else we got? Have you done the gunfight tournament yet? I have not done the gunfight tournament yet. I have not. Play some Rust headquarters. What should I do? Should I continue to rank up my kilo? How high does that go? Should I rank up the graw? I'll rank up the kilo. I'm having fun with that. Then I've got the scar also. Man, that KD in Black Ops would be shameful. What is it about this game? Patrick! Patty Cakes, what's up, dude? Yeah, McEasy, I don't blame you. Nothing wrong with procrastination. Yep. It's all your fault, dude. Yeah. I don't know. That's the same thing. Like, I look at that KD. I've got like a 1.3 KD. And I'm so used to having like a 1.8 or a 1.9. But this game's just different. I feel like if you can just get trades, right? If you can just trade out a lot, then sometimes that's a success. So if you can go even in a lot of those scenarios, then sometimes that's successful. I don't know. I'm not really worried about it, though. Is that dude playing? What was I just looking at? Wow. And then I get spawn killed. And then that guy gets spawn killed. And then I get spawn killed. This is almost as bad as shipments. Oh my, dude, I don't miss this. Peek. Thank you. This gun is a laser beam. This is McEasy's favorite weapon, other than the M4. He's probably a little ashamed that I don't have this thing ranked up. Where are they? Are you over there? Shredded. Oh. Got my cruise missile. Rust is garbage. I know. It can be rough at times, that's for sure. Oh, is this 4? 3. Let's go. Good night. Oh my god. Look at that guy. He's right behind me. God. And honestly, I don't even know how they fix these spawns. I think it is what it is. I'm just so scared all the time playing this map. I always feel like I'm gonna get shot in the back. No. Dude, that's because you love this gun, McEasy. Oh, I wasn't sure why I wasn't spawning. I forgot we were playing headquarters. Wish I could see my deaths. What am I, probably about even right now? Use the FAL or the Odin. I actually have the Odin ranked up pretty high. Don't I have an Odin class? I thought I did. The FAL, I haven't used at all. My FAL is probably like a level 2. People hiding everywhere. Die. What do I do? How do I get out of this spawn trap? Unbelievable. What? Wow. And I missed. Go figure. FAL is your favorite gun, huh? That's interesting. I don't even know if I've ever heard that. Ah, I got stuck right in the face. Is that a dude? Doesn't seem to be any more CDL questions at the moment. Maybe that has ran its course. Pat, you still in the chat? We're still talking about going to the Chicago event. Still talking about going to Chicago. Staying in your place. Come on, let me respawn. Alright, I'm gonna go for streaks here when I come back. Anybody else going to any events or have been to any events? Oh boy. There's a class setup for the Odin to where you can get it to have no recoil. Yeah, I honestly like the Odin a lot. The gun you can absolutely shred with. Let's try to get a kill streak, huh? Let's throw this down so I don't get naded. Might go to CWL Seattle. Nice. I'd imagine that Kingdom will also be at CDL Seattle. Maybe you'll see him there. Got my VTOL. Here we go. Right here comes the chopper gunners. You ready? There's a dude right above me. Makes me a little nervous. That dude's right above me. I'm not moving. I'm gonna play passive. Somebody walks around this corner, they're getting knifed. Let's go. I might go to CWL LA. Nice. That would be. I'm really interested to see how they're gonna do the 2-team setup there for the LA event. Where are these cats? Chopper gunners are so much fun. Oh boy, there's a lot going down right here. The spawn protection. Man, look at this. They just continue to spawn them in this corner. How is that dude alive? I wish I had rockets left. They're all out. Oh, let's go. Got those last. Use thermal. You're talking about in the kill streak, use thermal? I'll be honest with you, I didn't know that was a thing. I really do just mainly play hardpoint, so playing something like this is a little bit out of what I normally do. Oh boy. Aaron, you're gonna go to the New York event? I've only been in New York once. This gun shreds. Dude, that would be fun, going to New York, walking around downtown everywhere. Would be a good time. I wonder where they play. Do they know like where their home venue is? We win. I'll have to turn on the thermal next time for the chopper. Never used it. Subscriber 10s, huh? Everybody quit. Try to get the foul ranked up. All right, you know what? This unbelievable glitch, dude, drives me crazy. I'm getting hungry too. I don't know how much more I got left. Probably like maybe half hour. I'll stream another half hour. I still have to make tomorrow's video between Dallas and Chicago, the scrim from yesterday. And then I've got like the hour and a half long podcast tonight. So got a lot going on. Want to go to Chicago, but I don't think I can make that work this year. Sad face, Aaron. Sad face, dude. All right, I'm making a foul class. Here we go. I'll replace this. So the foul. I've got a level 8. Recoil. Yeah, whatever. I'll use the mini reflex underbarrel. All right. I'll use the muzzle. Although I don't like giving away my ADS speed. All right, I'm going to take the knife, hardline, kill chain, go Semtex, and a stun. All right, wish me luck. You got it. And same, I've been grinding CDL, but yesterday a friend of mine got MW, so I was playing pubs. It was so easy. Yeah, it does seem a little bit easy. Pod. I wish there was a way to see, like, who's in here. I don't know if that's something that I'm privied to see or not. All right, here we go. Trying the foul. Oh boy, especially in a map like. Let's go. Why was I able to see that? Oh man. The other thing that I don't like about the foul is that I really don't have like a fast trigger finger. See somebody up top. I get shotgun in the face. All right.
Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy personal radar online.
Think I can make it to the top? If I can get to the top up here, might be able to do some damage with this thing. Who is that? Somebody is green. Oh my god, this thing feels like I'm shooting javelins. Nope. Wow, alright. No, it definitely kills fast. I'll give you that. I think once I get it ranked up, just like everything else, it would be a little bit easier. We don't have to worry about the recoil so much and all that.
Friendly care package inbound.
See, like right there, I feel like if I was using another gun, I probably would have had a double there.
Friendly VTOL jet on station.
Where is everybody? Getting a lot of assists. Could be worse, right? One more kill for my kill streak. I got 2 hit markers there. Not sure where that guy lived. You get burst at level 52. That's a long ways to go. Double? Let's go. I have 4 bullets. I have to make them count. Oh, there's somebody under me. I need a gun. Go figure. Is there a ranking system? There's not a ranking system. Not yet. Hopefully it comes soon. That's probably the majority of what I would play. I don't really think I would be playing too many pubs if I could play that. Oh, we're getting kind of smoked, huh? I gotta shoot this thing down. What is burst? Is it like a 3-shot burst? How much? How much does it burst? I'm intrigued. Man, I'm getting worked, and I get spawn killed. It's not the worst gun that I've ever used. It's just not my like style. Dude didn't see me. Let's go. You should name your classes Alpha Bravo Charlie. I feel ya. Normally, like if I were to bring out my CDL playlist, I do have those named like by gun and like what I do with them. I don't know why I haven't ranked these ones. 3-shot. I'd imagine that recoils quite a bit, huh? See what rank I am after this. 2,700 kills with the FAL. Good for you. Well, I went positive. That's a plus at least. All right, let's see what I got here. Where is it? Here it is. So I got a muzzle. Don't need. Let's see. I don't want to take away my ADS speed, so. All right, I guess I'll just keep it where it's at. Did I get a blueprints? I did. The Bengal. Interesting. Domination. Should be able to rack up the points here. If you have stippled grip tape, it's not bad. Yeah. Hopefully I unlock that sooner rather than later. Let me see here. Nice. All right, here we go. I'm going to try to get up top. I wish I could get rid of this sight. I don't like this one. Oh. My dog is laying down behind me. I thought she might have heard something. Dang it, this is not the start I wanted. Isn't this a one-shot kill to a headshot? I love that I'm stuck back in this corner again. Dang it. Almost got out with my streak. Huntsman versus Florida soon. Is that who they're scrimming right now? I could do like some sort of live breakdown. I don't know if you guys would want to see that or not. I could hop in, do some sort of live breakdown. Maybe just do a map or two. I know you guys would miss my, oh, saw that coming. I know you guys would miss my stellar gameplay. This FAL's not the worst gun I've ever used. It's usable, right? There are some where there's some guns you just can't use. It's definitely usable. It's got its place. I would much rather use all the other ARs. I would much rather use like the Odin. Like that. I thought. Like right there, like I got multiple hit markers there and the dude lived. I don't understand what signifies a kill with a gun like this and what doesn't. Because I thought it was just 2 shots. It has something to do with range, I'm sure. I'll break down one of those maps. So I gotta hop off after this. So I'll break down one of those maps and then I'll hop off. I still gotta make. Knew there were multiple there. Alright, so we got not too much longer. Peek. Let me know when they start first map, so I know like where they're at. Like right there. Why didn't I get that kill? Oh, I saw that dude shooting me from the left.
We've got 2 objectives. Lock it down. Enemy precision airstrike.
Thought I saw a dude running up top. My goodness. How am I? Oh. Look at what you're doing. This gun's making me all. Then it just shreds like that sometimes.
We're taking Alpha.
They're spawning over at B. I could have just shot that dude, but whatever. Kevin, thanks, man. Just I'm just trying to get my groove back for when the BR comes out. I'm super excited for the BR, so I want to be playing well when that releases. In Apex, we played that a lot. Actually, the McKeezy, I don't know if he's still in here, but McKeezy was a dude that I played Apex the most with the most. And I think we had like 200 some odd wins. So I'm just trying to get my thumbs back, if you will. That's the second time I've killed myself on that. Close to a chopper. Oh man. Oh, you see that C4? I'm pretty sure that dude just spawned. Lost Bravo. Like right there, I got 2 hit. I don't know. I just don't. There's got to be something I just don't understand about it. But I had 2 hit markers from right up close. Didn't get the kill. Maybe it's a 3-shot kill. I don't really know, to be honest. Beautiful spawn trap. Warzone. That's it. Alright, I'm about. Listen, the foul, I see how it's usable, but might be time to go back to the Grawl or something. Alright, it's time. Let's go to the Grawl. Trying to rank this bad boy up. Oh, it's so much easier.
Enemy cruise missile incoming. Enemy UAV overhead.
Knew that dude was there. I just couldn't get reloaded in time. Alright, we gotta push out one of these spawns here.
Enemy counter UAV online. Securing Alpha.
Oh, I saw that dude. I didn't have any ammo. The whole prison deathmatch and respawn. Yeah, that's interesting. So for those that might not know what Furious is talking about, apparently to respawn, you're gonna be like in a deathmatch. You're gonna be put into a deathmatch mode, and if you win that matchup, that's how you get respawned back in. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if that's what they go with, if that's really how it works. The other thing that I saw, which I kind of like, I haven't really, I'm not real sure, but apparently if you get kills and things and whatnot, ooh, there's a, I don't like that Wilson there. Apparently if you get kills, you can buy kill streaks, and there's a way to buy your teammates back, I think. And that I would enjoy, because essentially what they're doing is they're incentivizing getting kills. So if your teammate goes down and you know that the only way to get them back is to get kills, then you're going to be more aggressive, right? Because that's the only way to get them back. So that would be, I would like that a lot. Now, who knows? Man, I feel like I haven't had a kill in 10 minutes.
We've lost Bravo. Securing A.
Just spawned right beside that team.
Enemy UAV over. Enemy missile stay on. We're taking Bravo. Enemy care package inbound.
Tired of the kill streaks.
Container.
Enemy personal radar in the air.
I think I might take out that Harrier.
Go for launch. Securing Alpha.
Where is it? Where is the Harrier? There it is. See ya.
On target. Losing Charlie. Securing A.
Oh. I thought that was a teammate. I saw the blue name behind him. Hip fires with the foul is a pain. Yeah. It's definitely like an at-range weapon, right? If you're pretty far away, then it's pretty serviceable. But if you're up close, it's way easier to use something else. I saw my teammates getting 2 flags. No. Man, the spawn kills. We gotta get a flag. We gotta get A. Gotta get A, teammates. No. Could win. Wow, that could win us the map. We win.
Enemy at the cargo containers.
Enemy cruise missile.
Nice win. Alright, let me see. Been played so many times with the blue dude. Me too, absolutely. Let's see what's going on the old Twitch. Frosty is scrimming. I don't see I don't see Chicago's. I don't see anybody of Chicago up. Let me see here. Yeah, it looks like they haven't started yet. All right, guys. So I think with that, I'm going to go make a video. I have to grab some lunch. I've got the podcast tonight. So a video did just go up on my channel 41 minutes ago. It was a video from yesterday's Atlanta and Chicago series. Chicago choked pretty hard. So if you want to go check that out, it's got 130 some odd views in the first 30 minutes or so. So go check that out if you haven't already. But podcasts we're forming tonight. So we'll be recording the podcast tonight. It'll be out tomorrow. Normally, by the time I get it up, it's like 11 o'clock or noon, somewhere in there. So make sure you go check that out. Thank you guys for hanging out. This is by far the most people I've had watching my stream. I've only done this every so often, right? Maybe 5 times I've actually streamed something, but most of the time, the other times I've had like 8 or 9 people watching. And in this one, we're at 18 right now. We've been all the way up to 30. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this. If you want me to do it more often in the future, please let me know. But I really appreciate the views. I like the conversation. Maybe I'll do another one come Wednesday. So after my podcast is out, we'll go through and we'll talk about the things that we've talked about on that podcast, so you guys can ask me questions and stuff like that before the event. So thank you guys. I appreciate all of you guys watching me. Make sure you go subscribe if you're new. Make sure you put a like button on that new video that just released, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see ya.